Hi guys,
We are Ricky.
and Cassandra Shine, and you have entered the Shine Zone.
Where we talk about different topics from finances, business, marriage, and other things from a Shine perspective.
And tonight we're going to be doing a Q&A about our relationship, how we met, and how we moved on to marriage, things like that. So,
First question:
okay.
how did we meet?
We met at a Dirty Santa party. We both had some mutual friends. It was December the 9th, 2009. And there was a Dirty Santa party going on.
So, and from there, we actually had mutual friends, and that's how I was able to, able to get to go to the party, because she knew somebody I knew somebody she knew, and the person that we both knew together asked me to the party, and I went, and that's where I first saw her at. And later on that night we started conversating, talking, and just getting to know each other. And one thing led to another, and we started dating.
Yes, we started dating. How old were we? Well, how old were you?
I was 38 when we first met.
Okay, and I was 40 fly and foxy. How long after? Ooh, I can't read my own handwriting. How long after we met did we start to date?
It was about 2 weeks.
I'd say 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, about 2.5 weeks. We actually, we were supposed to go to my job for a Christmas party, but it snowed. But I made it my duty to still see her that night. I actually went, onto the roads and inspected the roads to see how they were. Of course, they were too bad to drive all the way to Salisbury, so I decided not to go to the party, but I still wanted to see her. So I asked her, did she want to come to my house for our date, and she agreed. So I went and got Chinese, went and picked her up, and we went to my house and talked, and that was our official first date.
Yeah, it was an icebreaker. Yes, and he took me on a first date, and we had Chinese food. Yeah.
Very elegant.
But, we got to know each other very well. We talked for a long time. I don't know how long our date was. Did you take me back home that night?
I did.
Yeah. And we probably had about a 4 or 5 hour date.
I would say, yeah.
And I think that was, we got to really, really know each other. We're going back to the first night we met. We ended up talking before the night was over with. He was a little tipsy. And usually I don't go for guys like that. But he sat down and talked to me before I was leaving. He said, "You're not leaving a party, are you?" I said, "Yeah, he's a party animal too." And I said, "Yeah." And then we just end up having a long conversation. I was like, he's a pretty cool guy. I guess I will give him my digits. So I did.
I did enough to get the digits. So I didn't say nothing off the walls, didn't say nothing crazy. I was just a gentleman, as I always am. And I was able to get her number.
You didn't call me the next day. I think it was the next day you called me.
The day after that? The day, no, you don't supposed to call the person the very next day. But that's in the player handbook.
Okay, we said 2.5 weeks. Okay, so during those 2.5 weeks, when did you, you started dating me on the 20. You asked me to be your girlfriend
Mm-hmm.
on the 27th.
But leading up to the 27th, we spent 2 solid weeks together. I was off for work for the holidays for 2 weeks. She was out to work for the holidays for 2 weeks. Her son at the time was not going to be in the picture at the time for the whole 2 weeks, and I wasn't going home, so we decided just to hang out for those 2 weeks and continue to get to know each other. And I think that's really what did it to lead me up to asking her to be my girlfriend, which something I have never did in that short span of time, but I did. She said yes, and almost the rest is history. If you want to say that, but it was a good 2 weeks.
So why did it only take 2 weeks to start dating?
Well, I mean, she showed me all the qualities I was looking for in a girlfriend, and she didn't show me anything that will run me away, I should say.
Red flags.
Yeah, no red flags. Everything was good. I don't know if she was holding back at the time, but everything that we talked about, all the vibes that I was getting, it was all positive. And so it was an easy choice to make to ask her to be my girlfriend, and it was even an easier choice, when I asked her to marry me, but at that point it was definitely an easy question to ask.
Well, I think our communication, our chemistry, everything was on point. We actually communicated and got to know each other. We had romance without sex, and it was good getting to know somebody intimately, and just finding out what he likes, what I like, what I dislike, what he dislikes, and found out we were very compatible. Very, very compatible. So we really got to know each other over the 2.5 weeks. And he was true to his word. So that's what we did.
And it was, like you say, it was a time that I think that we both cherish. We both, look back on, even at this point, we look back on those 2 weeks, because I think that's what was the defining moments of our relationship. I don't think if those 2 weeks would have happened, we wouldn't be sitting here right now. Because, normally, when you meet someone, and if y'all don't have that much communications within the first few weeks or so, somebody's going to forget about somebody, and then when you do start talking, it's going to be like trying to get to know each other all over again, because you hadn't talked to that person in a while. So I think us, keeping that connection going from the very first time we met became an integral part of our relationship going forward. Because I don't think if it would have happened any other way than it happened, I don't think we would have made it.
Well, I just think we were true to who we were. We were transparent to who we were. I didn't come in trying to fix him or trying to be something I wasn't. He wasn't trying to be something he wasn't.
And the timing was just right.
Yeah, and the timing was right. Timing was of the essence. That's one of our sayings. What made you move forward to marriage?
After we dated for the 3 years that we dated, the marriage part was easy. For one, I knew her expectations. I knew what she wanted. I knew she didn't want to be in a long, drawn out relationship that was going to last forever and a day, with the possibility of a marriage may or may not happening. So, for one, like I said, her expectations, was very stern, very fair, and very firm. And I respected that, So, even if I didn't want to marry her at the time, which I did, I knew that I didn't have all day to wait, or to waste, I should say. So that was one of the qualities that I definitely liked about her, because she told me what she wanted, and from a married perspective, we want a woman that's gonna tell us what you want. So it's no surprises. No surprises to me, no surprises to her. So once I knew what to expect, I knew what I was working with. But over the course of those, 3 years, or however long it took us to get married, I fell in love.
Yeah, don't be trying to act like it was 3 years. It was 3 years. I gave him 2 years when I met him. I said, for one, I'm not going to be your boo. For two, if you don't know if you want to marry me within 2 years, then we're done. For three, I'm 40 years old. I ain't got time for games. I ain't got time for to play. And I let him know straight up, because I've been in a long-term relationship. I've been in a boo relationship. You're going to define me, first of all. We're going to know exactly where we stand. And that's how I put it to him. But anyway, the 3 years ended up being 3 years because he was deployed to Iraq. So it bought him a little time. But
don't be mad at me because I'm deployed.
I ain't mad at you, but don't be trying to act like it was 3 years.
It was 3 years. Even though you told me 2.
By default.
By default, it was 3 years.
By default. But anyway, he asked me to marry him on 12/27/2012. We started dating 12/27/09. So we went to Las Vegas and he asked me to marry him. And we decided on a date. We were going to get married 2014. 5/7/2014. Well, he was like, I don't want to wait that long, and I want to have you waiting that long. So we got married within 5 months on 5/17, which was a Friday.
Was supposed to be a secret?
Yeah, it was supposed to be a secret. But somebody let the cat out the bag that's seen us, and we know who you are. But anyway, we was going to plan our wedding for the next year. So it wasn't nothing more to it. Nothing at all. It's just we decided to go ahead and get married because he didn't want to wait. So we got married in 5 months. And so we ended up having a wedding in Charleston the next year. We got married by the Pineapple Fountain. So that's our story, and we're sticking to it. So ladies, I just want to say it doesn't matter. I got married at 44, but I had just turned 44 because my birthday was May the 7th. So 10 days later I got married. So, but I want to say, do not give up just because you're in your 40s. Do not give up. And don't settle for anything. I knew that when I turned 40, my time was limited, valuable, and I had never been married. So I knew that when I got married, I only wanted to be married one time. And I don't have any room for anybody wasting my time or getting into a bad marriage. I'm 40. No, I don't have time.
It doesn't have anything to do with age, even though you don't want to wait forever.
It does have a lot to do with age, because once you hit 40, you ain't got time for no
I know you don't have
You
time
got
for games,
purpose.
but you still, even the younger women, still have standards.
Yeah.
Still,
That's true. I'm not saying that. I'm just giving hope to the women that are in their 40s, because once you turn 40, it's like, where the men at? Am I ever gonna get married? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But hold on to your standards. Be true to who you are. If you gotta spend time alone for a while, spend time alone, because that's what make you who the woman that you are. Spending time alone, getting to know yourself. Because when I turned 40, I was like, well, I'm content. I always felt like I was marrying material. I always thought I was marrying. I guess that's poor. Marrying material.
marriage material.
Marriage material. But anyway, when I turned 40, I was like, well, I'm good. I'm single. I'm an independent woman. I know how to take care of myself. And hey, just when I stopped looking or stopped expecting, but you still should be in expectancy. But I was like, I wouldn't say I stopped expecting. My heart was still open for love. I just was not like, oh, I gotta get married. Oh, I gotta get married. And then this man just appeared out of nowhere and swept me off my feet. So
I wasn't out of nowhere. I was right around the corner. We live right around the corner from each other.
yeah,
Didn't even know it.
didn't even know it. Drove the same. Didn't even know it. What's that song? Didn't even know it. Drove the same car, Lincoln LS. Had the same sign of Taurus 2 weeks apart. So I'm just like, wow. But I'm a little bit older than him. I'm like 22 months. 23 months. Yeah, 23 months older than him. So,
And I'm still the man, though.
yeah, he's definitely the man. He holds it down real good. Real good. When I say real good. So that's pretty much what we were looking at in a spouse. You know, he opened the door for me, and I was like, oh, this is not gonna last. The first 2 weeks, he opened the door for me. I'm like, yeah, right. But
10 years later.
he's still opening the door for me. So that is why we got married, because we were very, very compatible. So, ladies, hold on. Don't settle. If there's red flags, pay attention. Run, run, run. Because they are always there.
And men, continue to search for your wife. You know, you're going to date. You're going to come across multiple people in your lives. But know who you want. Know what you want in a wife. Know the qualities you want in a wife. And don't let those standards slip. And don't settle for something that you truly don't want or truly can't handle. And if you do that, you will always choose that perfect mate for you. You know, but you always got to know what you want. You know, you want to fall in love, yes. You want to love the woman that you're with. But you know, you want to fall in with the qualities of that woman, what that woman brings to the table, what that woman going to be able to do for you, in the sense of being a wife, and
what you gonna do for that woman?
be a husband.
Yeah. We're kind of like the traditional husband and wife. You know, we have young people that in our family, they think we're weird, and because we're so traditional, and this is such a modern world, to what we do looks very odd to them. So, but they love the love, that we emit towards each other.
So, but other than that, we have a great marriage. We love each other. We're in love every day, and there's hope out there for everyone. Men, keep looking. Women, keep preparing.
So we're gonna go ahead and sign off. You got anything else you want to say?
No, that's about it. Like I said, this is Ricky
and Cassandra Shine, and you have entered the Shine Zone. Good night.
Until the next time.